You are listening and watching to a very special podcast. Here we have more on Sylver Eden. Please enjoy. Thanks. Machinery, wires, organs in jars. Sylver looked around. She saw nobody in sight. She looked down at her white dress, but also draping the one that she had on earlier. Wow, she said to herself, I'm inside a mad scientist's laboratory. Oh, it's just like in the movies. Oh my God. Then she noticed something. She peered over to see an autopsy of organs. Normally, a person would back away in horror, but Sylver was intrigued. But she didn't want to touch the organs. Not with clean hands. Perhaps gloves would do. Then she saw something. It looked like a serum. What the heck is this thing? She reached over to take a look at it when she heard a voice thundered, "Don't touch that! The master will disapprove." She looked over to see that woman, Beauty. "Hey, you're the woman from before. If you touch anything of my master's things, I am not going to be happy about it. I'm going to kick you right in the end of wherever my leg could reach. Now, I'm not here to play with needles. I'm here to look around. Isn't that too much trouble?" "Well, it will be if you screw it up. For God's sake. Wait, what is that you're wearing?" Beauty demanded. "What do you mean?" Sylver asked. "That's the master's sister's dress. Where did you get it?" "Somebody let me in there." "Well, I'll let the master know about this. I'm not sure if he's going to approve of you wearing that dress." She turned and she walked away. "Wait, I just wanted to wear something comfortable." Jeez, what's her problem? She followed Beauty. She didn't even touch the syringe. She approached to where Ben was working. When Ben noticed, he stopped and looked up in amazement. Sylver looked a bit bashful as she said, I'm sorry, the dress I was wearing was a little too short. I wanted to wear something long and comfortable, and this is really comfortable to wear. I feel so cozy in it. It fits like a glove, doesn't it?" Then she noticed Ben's eyes widen. "I'm sorry, it just looks so pretty." "Where did you get that?" Ben said. That's my older sister's dress," he was saying. He looked over at her. Sylver looked embarrassed. I was just..." But then Ben said, "You don't have to apologize. It's all right." "It's perfect. It fits you well." "Oh, thank you." Sylver thought she heard him say, "Well, Ophelia." Sylver asked, "Did you say something?" No. Forgive me. It's quite a troubling problem. I didn't mean to whisk you away from your friends, but I had to lead you into the truth about something." "Well, I already know about... You weren't the one that started the whole thing." "Really?" Yeah. How did you know about that? Just some sort of machine I was using that I took down all the warehouses. Do tell, can you explain that? So when Sylver did, all of a sudden Ben began to laugh again. Amazing. I know. Let's just say I'm not good with computers, but I have to admit this device actually helped me out. It was just really cool. Then Sylver looked up and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is yours." Yes. Would you mind sitting? I wouldn't mind. So she sat, but she looked a little bit nervous. Sylver had to ask so many things, but Ben already knew, and, well, the two of them conversed for a bit. However, during the conversation, Sylver had to ask, "I want to know something about that monster. How in the world did you... that white figure?" "Ah, that is called the apex predator." "I knew it. I used the MPD to just find out." "Then why did you ask me if you already knew?" "I just wanted to confirm my suspicions." "I see." "Yeah. But I just wanted to make sure. Sometimes the devices that we use in our daily lives could be wrong. We could only ask the person ourselves." Very intelligent. You remind me of Rosemary, and of course, Stephanie. But I want to tell you about the apex predator. It was named after species of the food chain. That is where I got it from. Uh-huh. Can you tell me more about it? Just in case? Sylver said. So Ben did. Ben and Taylor were busy doing experiments when all of a sudden there was this one pregnant lady that somehow came to their townhouse laboratory, just crying in fits and screaming that she was about to give birth. Ben and Taylor could not get her to a hospital in time in her condition, and Ben, having a soft spot for women in pregnant stomachs, he decided to help her. The mother was in great pain, screaming and shouting and crying as she gave birth to a stillborn child. Sylver gasped. "A stillborn? But how did she even found?" "I don't know, but I have a feeling there is still mothers out there being captive, and people are trying to use these babies to make more of these experimental children. Anyway." He continued with the story. The mother died after giving birth to her stillborn baby. It was really tragic. Ben didn't even know who she is, where she came from, or anything. However, all of a sudden, Ben came up with the notion to use the stillborn baby and give it life. So he and Taylor made the apex predator from the stillborn. The stillborn baby had big, dark black eyes, and it looked adorable at first. But as it grew and was developing, Ben tried to train the creature But then he would lash at the poor thing, making it obey. When the creature did something good, Ben would reward him. But when the creature did not do what Ben instructed, Ben would just abuse him even more. The creature was getting a little older and older as moments and days and weeks went by, until one day Taylor decided to feed the creature some raw food, which it ate in acceptance. While Taylor was trying to carefully take the bowl away, the creature wasn't finished and suddenly growled at Taylor. Taylor and Ben were shocked by this, and they were concerned that this monster they made would get out of control. Taylor suggested that they could still take out the monster while it was still developing, but Ben refused. He believes that nobody knows what's really going on, so they decided to maybe train it a little more. It was also the most indestructible since Ben created into something more terrifying. So the two of them just left it alone for a little while. However, after a few days, Ben and Taylor began to treat the monster again like they used to. Well, mostly Ben. However, they noticed that the monster was getting much taller than them. And one day, while Ben and Taylor were having their food, all of a sudden they noticed the monster was standing up and it walked out just like that. Then they heard its claws right on the side of their townhouse where they were staying. And then they heard the creature on the roof stamping back and forth while hollering and screaming all day and all night. In the morning, he was nowhere in sight. That apex predator was gone for a moment. But in the afternoon, Ben and Taylor saw the monster on top of a little hut. It looked like its hands were red, and it looked like it had claws. It was tall and thin, bony and lean. However, it looked like it was stretching out some sort of bloody skin to dry in the sun. Ben and Taylor thought it was just maybe a piece of sheet covered with blood, and the creature did not know how to wash blood. But then, in the newspaper, Ben and Taylor discovered a horrifying news article. There was a farmhand that was working on the farm one day when he went missing in the afternoon. Police stated that it could be that somebody must have kidnapped him. Ben and Taylor came to the conclusion that that piece of sheet was actually a bloody skin. That monster had skinned alive that thing. That farmhand, that poor farmhand. Sylver was terrified, gripping in her seat by the armrest. She looked like she was gonna faint. However, Ben leaned over and said, "Don't worry. I know I won't let that creature hurt you." That's when Sylver cracked a smile and said, actually, there's a story behind that. Want to find out more? Stay tuned. I'm Catherine Donovan, and I'll see you next time.